Welcome, Madridistas. The passion for the white jersey comes alive here. Stay tuned for the latest updates, transfers, and everything about the greatest club in the world, Real Madrid.
Tijjani Reijnders is the name Florentino Pérez is quietly keeping at the top of his list to strengthen Real Madrid's midfield. With Toni Kroos officially departing after winning the 15th Champions League, the club is working behind the scenes to find a worthy successor. The Dutch midfielder from AC Milan, under contract until 2030, fits the bill perfectly: vision, tempo control, precision, and consistency. For Real Madrid, Reijnders is seen as the ideal player to orchestrate the game and bring balance to a midfield that has often looked disoriented this season. The Spanish giants are already preparing a smart strategy to move forward with the signing. The key bargaining chip in the deal is Álex Jiménez. The young Real Madrid academy product, currently on loan at Milan, is highly valued by the Italian club, which is eager to keep him. Real Madrid plans to use this interest to lower the asking price for Reijnders. Talks have already begun between the two clubs, and Madrid sees this negotiation as a chance to strike a major blow without getting into a bidding war with other European heavyweights also watching the player. Optimism is growing at Valdebebas. Reijnders is reportedly open to the idea of joining Real Madrid and becoming a central figure in the club's new long-term project. Florentino Pérez is moving quietly but precisely. Signing the Dutchman has become a top priority, and the club is hoping to seal the deal before the competition heats up. A new midfield maestro may soon be walking out onto the pitch at the Santiago Bernabéu. Real Madrid has activated all its resources to secure one of the most powerful transfers of the market, Victor Gyökeres. The Swedish striker from Sporting Lisbon is having a sensational season, with 52 goals and 12 assists in just 49 matches. His lethal finishing has caught the full attention of the Santiago Bernabéu, and Florentino Pérez himself is leading the charge to bring him to Madrid as soon as possible. The club's management sees Gyökeres as the ideal number 9 to complete their new Galactico project. Strong, explosive, and clinical in front of goal, his profile fits perfectly with the tactical demands of the team. Although Sporting has set his release clause at €100 million, Madrid is confident they can negotiate a better deal thanks to their strong relationship with the Portuguese club, with a clear objective of making Gyökeres the new goalscorer at the Bernabéu next season. Within the Sporting department, the message is clear: Gyökeres is a top priority. The club wants to seal the transfer as soon as possible and add him to a squad already aiming to dominate Europe. Takefusa Kubo is back on Real Madrid's radar, and this time the club is determined to bring him home. With Real Sociedad manager Emmanuel Alguacil on the verge of leaving, Madrid sees the perfect opening to move for the Japanese star. Kubo, who scored 7 goals this season, recently left his future up in the air by saying, "You never know what can happen." In Madrid, those words have been taken as a signal, and behind the scenes, the club is already preparing a serious push to bring him back to the Santiago Bernabéu. Real Madrid still owns 50% of Kubo's economic rights, which would significantly lower the final cost of any potential deal, despite his €60 million release clause. With interest from Premier League clubs rising, Madrid is eager to act quickly to avoid losing another homegrown talent who has developed into a top-tier playmaker elsewhere. The club's leadership believes now is the time to strike. At Valdebebas, they're convinced Kubo has matured into a technically gifted and tactically sharp player, exactly the profile needed for the next phase of Real Madrid's evolution. Talks have already begun, and all efforts are being made to ensure that Kubo returns to Madrid not just as a former academy prospect, but as a key figure in the club's future. Dean Huijsen is on the verge of realizing his dream of joining Real Madrid. The Madrid club, impressed by his performances in the Premier League with Bournemouth, has decided to take all necessary steps to secure his transfer. Although his release clause is set at €60 million, Real Madrid is convinced that this amount is justified for such a talented and promising defender. After several weeks of reflection, the club has reignited its interest and is now working to finalize discussions to bring the young Spaniard in this summer. Real Madrid sees Huijsen as a future cornerstone of its defense, a modern player who can seamlessly fit into the club's long-term project. The player, a fan of Sergio Ramos, is ready to take this big step and wear the white jersey. Since the negotiations began, He has made it clear that his desire is to join Madrid, prioritizing his sporting ambitions over any financial aspects. His transfer is now a matter of timing, and everything points to the deal being completed soon. The leaders of Real Madrid are determined not to miss the opportunity to sign Huijsen. The goal is to conclude the deal swiftly to integrate him into the squad before the next season begins. The club hopes that Huijsen's arrival will bring a fresh dynamic to their defense and serve as a crucial reinforcement for the years to come. If all goes as planned, the young defender could make his first appearance in a Real Madrid shirt at the start of the summer preparation.
Xabi Alonso is on the verge of making a triumphant return to the Santiago Bernabéu, this time, not as a player, but as the head coach of Real Madrid. While the appointment hasn't been officially announced, all signs point to the Spanish tactician taking over from Carlo Ancelotti, who is expected to become the next manager of the Brazilian national team. Alonso, currently managing Bayer Leverkusen, has had a phenomenal season, leading the German club to an unbeaten Bundesliga title and a Europa League final. His modern tactical approach, deep understanding of the game, and strong connection to Real Madrid make him the ideal figure to usher in a new era at the club. The Basque coach has remained respectful toward Ancelotti, not pushing for an early arrival, but conversations have already started behind the scenes with Florentino Pérez and the club's leadership. Alonso's coaching journey actually began at Real Madrid, where he worked with the youth teams after his retirement as a player. That experience, combined with his recent success in Germany, gives him the perfect foundation to take charge of one of the world's most demanding locker rooms. Xabi Alonso's potential arrival represents a bold yet calculated move for Real Madrid, a blend of continuity and tactical renewal. Known for developing young talents and implementing a clear, disciplined style of play, Alonso could be the catalyst for a new golden era at the Bernabeu. Fans are already buzzing with excitement, hopeful that one of their former heroes can lead the team back to European glory.
Trent Alexander-Arnold is on the verge of closing a historic chapter with Liverpool and beginning a bold new journey with Real Madrid. After spending 20 years at his boyhood club, the English right-back has officially announced that he will leave at the end of the 2024-25 season, sending shockwaves through the football world. Real Madrid has quickly emerged as his likely destination. According to several close sources, a verbal agreement is already in place, with the Spanish giants preparing a 5-year contract to make him the new leader of their right flank. Led by Florentino Pérez, Real Madrid is reportedly doing everything possible to secure the signing. The club sees Alexander-Arnold as the perfect long-term successor to Dani Carvajal, a defender with elite technical ability, pinpoint crossing, and experience at the highest level. Negotiations are said to be in their final stages, and the Madrid board is eager to finalize the deal before the summer ends to ensure the player is fully integrated during pre-season. Bringing in Alexander-Arnold would be a powerful statement from Real Madrid, a club always aiming for the best, and unafraid to act when elite talent becomes available. The English international could even make his debut at the 2025 FIFA Club World Cup, where Madrid will chase another global title. If all goes according to plan, this transfer could mark the beginning of a new era on the right side of the Santiago Bernabéu. Lucas Vázquez will leave Real Madrid at the end of this season. The club has decided not to offer him a contract extension, meaning the Galician winger will be free to join another team starting July 1. After more than a decade wearing the white shirt, Lucas is set to close a chapter marked by loyalty, versatility, and unwavering professionalism. While a short-term extension for the Club World Cup is still on the table, no final decision has been made. His last appearance at the Santiago Bernabéu could come on May 25 against Real Sociedad. That match would mark a special farewell for a player who has quietly been vital to the team's success. Since returning from Espanyol in 2015, Lucas became a dependable figure in the squad, filling roles as both winger and right-back, and earning the respect of teammates, coaches, and fans alike. He departs with an extraordinary legacy: 5 Champions League titles, 4 Club World Cups, 4 La Ligas, and a total of 22 major trophies. Lucas Vázquez leaves as one of the most decorated players in Real Madrid's history. His exit signals the end of an era at the club and the beginning of a new journey for a player who still has much to offer on the pitch. Florentino Pérez has set his sights on Ederson dos Santos, the Brazilian midfielder who has emerged as one of the standout performers in Italian football this season. With a stellar campaign at Atalanta, Ederson has proven himself to be a complete midfielder, physically dominant, tactically sharp, and capable of both breaking up play and dictating tempo. He has featured in over 40 matches, scoring 5 goals, providing 1 assist, and averaging 5 ball recoveries per game. Real Madrid sees him as the ideal successor to Toni Kroos, a player capable of anchoring the midfield and controlling games with intelligence and consistency. Madrid's interest comes after more complicated targets like Florian Wirtz, deemed too expensive, and Martin Zubimendi, now close to joining Arsenal, were ruled out. Ederson presents a more attainable profile, though still costly. Atalanta has set his price at around €75 million, a significant fee, but one Real Madrid may be willing to pay given their urgent need to reinforce the midfield. Club leaders believe Ederson is ready to take the leap to a top-tier team and become a central figure in a new era at the Bernabéu. The race won't be easy. Manchester United, Manchester City, Juventus, and Atletico de Madrid have all shown interest, but Real Madrid is moving quickly. Initial contact has already been made, and Florentino Pérez is keen to close the deal before the summer market heats up. The allure of wearing the white shirt, stepping into Kroos's role, and leading the next generation of Madrid's midfield may be enough to tip the balance. If the operation goes through, Ederson could become the new heart of Real Madrid.